Hey, welcome back, my amazing student. So we got this done on the last lecture. It took a little bit, but we got it done. What I want to do is work on the part of the CRUD that starts with creating data. I want to work on this form here. That way we can create a post, see it in the database, and then display it in the homepage. Simple as that. All right. We have static data here, but we're going to replace that in a couple minutes, or maybe in the next lecture. But right now, what we got to work on is creating some data. All right. So let's get to it. Let's go into the new post. All right. And we got to work on this here. Let's go and get some of this stuff here from this page. So I'm going to copy everything there so that way I can put it on this new page, on the new, actually, it's actually there already. We did this already. Let me see that. Yeah, it's done actually. Yeah, we did that on the last lecture. Sorry about that. I got confused there for a minute. All right. So we got this done. Let's see what else we can do here. Form. We don't have an action for the form. We don't have a method. All right. Let me go back here to the app. All righty. All right, so what we're gonna do here is that we're not gonna need an action on this form here, because what we're gonna do is when we omit the action attribute, the form is gonna submit to the same page. So since we are taking both of this, we are handling get request and post request in here in the same route, it doesn't matter to have an action, right? We don't need it. It's gonna submit to the same page. So what we do need here is a attribute for method and the post value. Simple as that. That's what we need here. And this form is actually ready. It has all the name attributes and the values. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's ready. All right. We don't have to do much here. Let's go back into app and let's create this code here so we can create some data in our database. All right. Let me pause the video. I got to get some coffee. All right, let's get to it. All right, so the first thing that I want to do is I want to check the request, right? As a matter of fact, we haven't imported that yet, so we need to import those, make those imports. So let's work on that. Let's do request. That's one that we're going to use here. And redirect is another one. URL for, because we're going to use it here. We can use it in Jinja right now, but we have to import it here if we want to use it here. And then we'll do Flash. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah. Let's get to it. And let me see. So if the request method is post, all right. So let's do if request equals post, just like that. Uppercase, then we'll get the title out of it. So we'll say request form get title. And it doesn't matter if you do single quotes or double quotes. I just like double quotes on some things and single quotes on others. All right, we did this before. So why we do this here? So that way a strip is going to return a string. If we don't do strip here, we don't pass a default value here, we're going to get an error here if we don't have anything, right? So this is just prevention. We're going to get the body. As a matter of fact, let's copy this guy here and let's modify it. And we'll get the body. Basically, it's the same thing that we're doing there. All right, perfect. We got the body. And guys, you can print this out if you want, just to make sure that you're getting the right data. You can print it out when you submit the form. You should be able to see this on this console here. So let's clear that out. Run this. And now if we type anything in here and click on that, you can see. Let me see. Debugger's on. You see that again. Actually, it is. Oh, of course, we still need some more things in here, right? We're now returning this back into the. Anyway, well, let's just continue with this, guys. All right, so we still have a lot more things to write. So if not title, then or not body, then we can flash it. That's why we have to flash. And I did that on another course. Title and body are required. All right. And then we can return redirect. And we're going to do URL 4. And what I like about this function here is that I can tell it the name of the function that I want to trigger. In this case, new post. All right, right here. So we're going to redirect back into that, right? So right now it doesn't matter because this form has this JavaScript stuff, so it doesn't allow us to go any further, right? But it's good. It's good prevention. All right. All right. So we're going to create a post here. So I'm going to grab the post model. All right. And I'm going to pass in the title. So I'm going to instantiate this with the title and the body. Just like that. Body. Boom. So now we're going to save it in the database. So DB session, we're going to add the post or object there. And we're going to say DB session. And this one is going to be commit. Now it's committed. Boom. Let's flash something. And let's just say post created. Created post. Let's do a return here. We're going to redirect again. And let's do the URL 4. And this time we're going to redirect to the home page. Simple as that. Now, right out here, let me see if I can, there we go. We're going to redirect. If we don't have anything, we're going to, of course, redirect the page. That's why we couldn't see anything before, because we now redirect, we can now return in the template if it's not post, okay? So new post.html, perfect. All right, let's see if that works. If not, we'll fix it. Don't worry. Let me see if I got everything here. Just a little check real quick. All right, let's see if we don't get any errors. Let me open my terminal here. We are debugging our application, so everything is active. Let's come back here. Let's refresh. Actually, no, let's not refresh. Let's just, and you can see here that our form was actually submitting get data. So let's make sure that, yeah, that's not going to happen again. Let's take that off from the URL address bar and press enter. And now we're going to say new post. If I can get this right. Yeah, baby. We got it. And publish. Let's check our database. Guys, it's time for the truth. All right, let's inspect it. We're gonna browse the table. So I'm gonna right click and browse table. And we got nothing. That sucks. Let's go back here. Let's see what happened really. It says that everything went good here. Hopefully, let me see if I can see something in here real quick. If I click it, yeah, there is nothing there really. Nothing really happened. Let's go back in here. Let's see what actually happened. Let me debug this a little bit and see what in the world just happened. So let's go ahead and let's just print something here real quick. we got to make sure that this is actually getting to where it needs to get, right? Um, let's print something here, and let's just say works. I don't know if I don't think I saved it. I think that was the problem there. I usually use all the tools that save automatically, so sometimes I might forget to save the file. So hopefully I didn't forget it. And yeah, but let's just double check it here real quick. I'm just gonna put anything here and publish, and we should see that it says it works here. So I'm gonna do Command F and look for works. And yeah, it's not getting there. This post request is not activating this function. It's not here. New post. And it's got to be something very simple. Let me clear this out. Turn my Python application on again, and let me just do this again, refresh. And you can see now that I made 2 requests, and we should get a print if the form is submitting post request. A print statement here somewhere, and it's not getting there. Let me check to see. I'm missing something super simple, guys. Oh my God, I just saw it. Sorry about that. Is the method here that I forgot. That's it. It should work now. Let's refresh. Actually, let's not refresh. Let's just press enter here. All right. So new post and new post description. All right. So why am I leaving this lecture on? I'm not going to edit this. I promise you guys that. Is because I want you guys to understand that when something happens, I want you to actually learn how to fix it. And you saw I just missed a little method, a little object here, and everything failed. But I showed you how to debug it, right? To debug it. I showed you, hey, listen, let's first make sure that the requests are getting to this route by doing a print statement. And we checked that out, and it worked because we were not getting a print statement. So the request wasn't getting to the route. And now we got another one here, the session unavailable because no secret key was set. All right, so you can see now, I'm gonna leave this lecture because I want you to understand that some of these things are not gonna work unless you configure it correctly, all right? And that's one of the reasons why I leave these lectures here, so that way you guys can learn and I can avoid you guys a pain in the rear, all right? What that actually was referring to and is the configuration here, all right? So yeah, we got that error because Flask is gonna use this secret key for Flash messages, for sessions, for CSRF, which is the cross-site forgery request for forms. And we're using a form, right? So yeah, that's gonna be a problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do config here, and I'm gonna set this secret key. I believe that's the name. I know that's the name, and we'll give it any key we want, really, any string. Here, I recommend putting a long string, especially if you're gonna put this in production. In development, it really doesn't matter, right? So this doesn't matter. Now for Alchemy, what we can do is we can have a configuration to turn some of this, some tracking that it takes a lot of resources from our application. Unless you have something really complicated or you know what you're doing, you keep it on, but I'm gonna take it off. And it's the SQLAlchemy track modifications option. I'm gonna take that off, and I actually forgot to do that. Alchemy, just like that. And this would be track, if I remember correctly, track modifications. And you can see that I have an underscore there. All right, and this is gonna be just false. All right, perfect. All right, so we should be good. New post. All righty. All right, maybe this actually works. just like that. Then publish. Hey guys, this is Edwin from the future coming back here just in case you guys encounter this issue. I will help you I will help you solve it. So on the last lecture, well, on this actual lecture, I encountered an issue. You saw me pushing this button here a lot, right? And nothing happened. That's because my whole application crashed and I got interrupted in my office and I had to leave the video. But anyway, just to make a long story short, I got this error here. Database is locked with SQLite. So what I found out is that my program here, this DB browser for SQLite app that we downloaded together, many of you did probably, was conflicting with my application and I had to restart it. So I'll go back in here. I'll show you that it's actually working now. Let's go back into where our application is living right now, and we're gonna choose that database, SQLite database, and you can see the data. So I'm gonna click here and I'm gonna right click, browse table, and you can see all the data that I've been putting there to try to, I was testing this to see if it worked. So now all that data that I was submitting there to test these things out actually came forward and worked. And you can see that, we can go back here and let's just put P here like this and publish. Let's go back in here and I'm gonna refresh and you can see that it is working, all right? So if you have your database locked, SQLite database locked, make sure that you restart any program that might be using your database. Like this, in this case, this was conflicting. It was using some of the resources and it's messing up our application. Anyway, guys, give me some thumbs up or, some likes, some really good comments. Give me some motivations and I'll keep going showing you some more really cool things. Thank you so much. See you in the next lecture, guys. Keep going.